This is my motherfucking ex. This is the fucking ex. When I met him, he met me at the shelter, and he was preying on me. This is what they do. Okay, I just have to say a little story. Traffickers. They're not in the, they are in the streets, but not the way you think. They're in them shelters. They purposely pretend that they're homeless. They're not homeless. They act like they don't have, there's people out here in the cold that live in, no, they're fucking agents, masons, okay, masons, traffickers. They act like they're homeless, but they have millions of dollars, not from good reasons though, because they're traffickers. They organ harvest, traffic, do all that. Confirmation, earring like a motherfucker. Let me tell you something. These bitches are in them shelters. When girls that are young, I met my ex when I was 19. They purposely prey on your weakness. It's going off like crazy. If y'all could hear it, my ear is ringing like crazy. This ear. That's confirmation. So, they fucking stay at the shelters. They purposely prey on girls that are young or old. Don't matter. But that's how they find their victims. So, they fucking see you. They see, oh, okay, victim, right? They come to you. He offered me a job, and I never got the job. He said he's gonna be a millionaire. He does his cleaning services. He's gonna have like this multi-million-dollar company. Full of shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. These people out there have pure intentions. Like, for example, that been janitors, and they love. I mean, I can't say they love the job, but they purposely work their ass off, and I know exactly who did that, you know what I mean? And I give him all the credit, and I give him all the respect, because he did that. If you know, you know. But this motherfucker, my ex, I hate that bitch. He motherfucking saw me at the shelter. He targeted me. He offered me a job, and I never got it. So we started talking. Then we moved to a rooming house. We lived in a rooming house. And the guy, the one that that was the landlord, he treated me like shit. But I find out 3 years ago, he got killed. Surprise, surprise. Anyways, so with that, then we went to the hotel. Then we went to the rooming house. This is where, okay, they purposely, when you get with them, you live with them, right? You live with that person. They purposely, they get you, love bombed, all that, fully trust this bitch, yeah, you submit, Stockholm syndrome, all that. Then, 6 months from now, 4 to 6 months, he's like, I don't have a job. He purposely will lose the job he's working at, just so he can traffic you. He purposely can be like, babe, whatever the fuck he's gonna be calling you. He can be like, I lost my job, by the way. I got fired. Like, he wouldn't be like, I got fired. Like, I got fired. I got fired. He's like, okay, a week later, after, no, okay, just make sure. Okay, so, he gets fired, right? But you believe it because, you're not naive, but you're with the person, you don't know he's a trafficker. You don't know he's a fucking mason, So, he gets you living with him, loses that job. He's like, well, a week, 2 weeks later, y'all don't have food. Y'all don't have money, right? He's like, babe, we purposely make you lose the apartment you're in. Purposely. So you can go to the hotel. Okay, no. First, you go from the apartment to the hotel. Yeah, that's where. He gets you to the hotel, purposely makes you lose that apartment. Whatever y'all moving in. Like, for example, rooming house to the hotel. So he purposely moves you to the hotel. That's where your life is in fucking danger. When he takes you to the hotel, he purposely loses that job. He's gonna be like, I'm not making enough money. And he purposely, like, I can't afford this apartment. I can't. Even though your apartment is less than a hotel. And so he gets to the hotel, And then in that hotel, he lose the job on his own. But he, is a trafficker. And I'm not saying it's a good thing. Hell no. But he makes you. He's like, by the way, I lost a job. It's like 2 weeks. 1 week, 2 week, 2 weeks. He's like, we don't have money. You guys don't have food. And I'm saying this happened to me. It didn't. But this is how they do it. So he loses their job. 2 weeks. It's like, we don't have money. We can't afford food. We can't afford bills, all that shit, right? We need to pay for this. He's like, and you're like, you need to work. He tells you to work, right? And you're like, okay, so what? Like, I'm like, I can find all these jobs. Like, no. It's like, I know what job you can do. It's like, the job is easy, right? Easy. And he's like saying you can get a lot of money. It's like you just have to go on these dates with these guys, You go dates with these guys. He takes you to hotels, dates, and they pay you money for dates. That's the level 1. Level 1 to 5 is easy. Y'all go on dates, make money. Rational. Level 1 to 4. Those dates. From level 4 to 8, they get extreme. Oh, now those guys, you have to pay, like, you know what I mean? Like, how do I say this? You have to perform acts, Sexual acts. So, you fucking do sexual acts. Because you're in love, Lovey-dovey bullshit. Then, once you lovey-dovey all that, once you sell in your body, get you on drugs, all that shit, then, I think from level 8 to 12, while you're doing this and that, he's like, I'm sorry, y'all break up, right? Well, not break up, but he somehow convinces you, or some way they sell you, and you're fucking trafficked, sold into sex slavery. Thank God this bitch ain't try to shit with me, because I'm a chosen one. And yes, I am a high priestess. I am a prophet, all that. This motherfucker tried to use me as bait. And thank God I seen the flags. I'm like, no. Why the fuck would I? I mean, I did. My relatives did live. I lived in this street, and I lived probably like 10 blocks. And I would drive the bike and all that. Not scared. Bitch, I'm not saying personally I would do this. But when you're a fucking chosen one, you can be in the middle of fucking alley 4 to 8 a.m. in the morning. Not scared. I'm not saying that we're gonna do that. Hell no. But when you're fucking protected, you know who the fuck you are. You ain't scared of these bitches. That's what to do. You know your power. You know your strength. You know what you're capable of. You know that you can touch bitches without touching them. Because your ancestors. Why do you think I'd be saying this stuff? Yahweh, karma, ancestors, angels, spirit guides, God's family. Why I say that? The last video I did. Physically, we are alone. Right? Spiritually, astrally, and dreamly, we protected in a bitch. So, he's a fucking warlock. And he's a trafficker. And so, and his ex, was the one living in the hotel with us. No, her kids were. No, she would come bring her kids to the hotel. But in the fucking rooming house, the second rooming house, she was living there with the kids. And I was being respectful, I just had a problem with her for talking shit. And her daughter was a fucking bully. I couldn't stand her ass. And I'm like, I just called her out like ho, cause she was like, he gave me money, right, to buy a bike or something. And then she's like, you gave her money, this, that. And he's like, he gave her money too. And so I kind of like moved her hand or something. And then like we got an argument. That's the first time. But the second, like, I was about to go to buy the bike, and I think it was the same day. Yeah, the same day. And she was like cussing at me and stuff. And then it was understanding these hoes, like the people, they fucking call. They can't fight their own fucking battles. They're cowards, But yeah, FYI.